Hello, everyone. My topic is investment and capital stock analysis. My name is Anu Anand, and I'm doing this project with my co-group member, who's Bhavani Mediga. I want to give you a little bit of summary of the project. So this data set comprises of the data from 2000 to 2011. This project proposes to conduct a detailed analysis of investment behaviors across various countries and sectors using a comprehensive data set. By examining long-term trends and shifts in investment strategies, our goal is to gain insights into dynamics of capital allocation. And the factors which we've investigated are economic policies, technological advancements, and geopolitical factors. We've used Power BI for effective data exploration and visualization, and our target audience are policymakers, investors, and researchers. And we aim to make an impact for informed decision making, strategic planning, and academic research. By the end of this project, we aim to include more recent data and deeper case studies, which would go for our future directions. Data overview and analysis framework. So as I mentioned earlier, our data spans from 1960 to 2013, focusing on investment and capital stocks, but we've not included the entire data set. We've excluded 2012 and 2013 due to missing values. Thereby, our data set only for our project is only limited to 2000 to 2011 for relevance. And our main components would be percent of GDP and constant 2005 dollars. So the dollars are all standardized, and therefore that is a variable which we're going to continue with. We use these variables for relative investment portion and inflation adjustment. And our indicator variables are private capital stock, general government investment, public-private partnership stock, general government capital stock, private investment, and public-private partnership investment. And as I mentioned earlier, our objective is comprehensive understanding of investment trends, patterns, and behaviors, which would help us inform policymakers, investors, and researchers, which would aid them in better decision making and strategic planning. And now I would like to move to the methodology and next steps. As I mentioned earlier, we are doing our data visualization and data prepping in Power BI. And we are doing segment data set based on unit values. And our unit values is constant $2005, which would help us conduct detailed analysis and extract actionable insights. And let's head to Power BI to do more detailed analysis. Let's move on to Power BI for a more detailed investment analysis. Before I click onto the charts, I just want to mention that we've divided the data set into two segments, 2000 to 2005 and 2006 to 2011, by taking the average of the $2005 variable. So let's look into the comprehensive insights of from the year 2000 to 2005. Now, if we look at this chart, we've taken the average investment performance trend, as I mentioned, from the year 2000 to 2005. And if we look at the general government capital stock, China is the leading country here. And in general government investment, China is again leading. In private capital stock, United States is leading. Private investment, United States is leading. Public-private partnership capital stock, Brazil is leading. Public-private partnership investment, Brazil is leading again. Now let's look at the trend from 2006 to 2011. In general government capital stock, China is a leading country. General government investment, China is a leading country, as the same as the previous trend from 2000 to 2005. Private capital stock to United States, private investment United States, it's the same trend from 2000 to 2005. Public-private partnership capital stock, Brazil is leading. But when we look at public-private partnership investment, India is leading. So by looking at this trend, we can see that India has risen and India is making more investment in public-private partnership investment. Now, if we look at the overall trend, we can see that private capital stock and general government stock are two leading indicators, which helps the economists and helps the government to make better decisions. Now let's go into the GDP insights. So before that, I would like to explain what does GDP mean in the simplified term. GDP measures the monetary value of final goods and services, that is, those that are bought by the final user produced in a country in a given period of time. It counts all of the output generated within the borders of a country. Now, since we've gone over the explanation of GDP, let's get back into the chart. Now, if you look at the chart, the pink line represents the average GDP 2000 to 2005, and the other color expresses the GDP of 2006 to 2011. Now, if we see Japan, Japan's GDP fell in 2006 to 2011. Same goes with Korea, United States, Italy. China's GDP it is not affected that much, but I would say it has gone down little, just tiny bit. And Brazil's GDP is also decreased. France also has decreased. Germany's GDP also Germany's GDP has decreased. But if you see, India's GDP has increased a little from 31.4 to 32.21, and Russia's GDP has a tremendous decrease.
Hello everyone, I'm Bhavani Mediga. As my co-group member explained the comprehensive insights, I would like to go ahead with deep analysis. Looking into deep analysis from the year of 2000 to 2005 for the top 10 countries that we observed in the previous trends are United States, Japan, China, followed by all the countries and Korea. One of the insights I would like to mention is United States is in the top investment platform as in the previous insights, and there is a continuous growth in total investments from every year from 2000 to 2005, as every year is better than the other previous year. Same pattern is observed in China and India, and also Korea. And looking ahead with the total investment with respect to indicators, private capital stocks have greater investment in total compared to the other the sectors, and followed by general government capital. And I would like to go ahead and look into deep analysis from 2006 to 2011. Same pattern can be observed in United States, India, China, and also Korea, as every year is better than the previous year. Now, overall investments is total greater in United States, that is of 28 trillions compared to other countries. Same pattern in sectors is also observed, that is private capital stock and general government capital have the great investment in total compared to other sectors. Now, I would like to go ahead and explain the findings that we observed from our project. General government capital stock, general government investments. These two are a great investment sectors for the government policymakers. In this, China have the highest GDP among the top 10 countries. That means the China's strategic prioritization of infrastructure and public sector investments is greater than compared to other countries. Other findings can include private capital stock. In private capital stock, Korea have the greater GDP comparing to other top 10 countries. Private capital stock have a great broad list of target audience compared to other. They include stakeholders, economists, researchers, international organizations, media, and the public. Now I would like to go ahead and explain the challenges we faced during the project. One of them include data cleaning and organization. That means in this project, we have two different components. One of them is percent of the GDP and constant 2005 dollars. One of them is in percentage and the other is in the total dollars. So differentiating this data and maintaining the complexities is one of the greater impact for the project. And data accuracy and trustworthiness. As we mentioned previously, there are many values in GDP which are exceeding 100%. One thing that can represent inflation, but also which is abnormal. So because of this, we have maintained the data complexity and explained these things for the top 10 countries. I would like to express my closing thoughts. Rewarding journey. This is an amazing journey where we learned many analytical skills and deepened understanding of global investment trends. Overcoming the challenges is one of the greatest opportunity to learn new things. We address the complexities in sectorial analysis through perseverance and collaboration. Valuable insights inform economics, policy making, and decision making. The lessons we learned emphasize rigorous methodology and continuous learning, commitment to future endeavors. This is an amazing project that we continued about the investment. We would like to continue the project by learning newfound knowledge and skills for positive contribution in economic analysis. Thank you.